Hi, welcome to Intuitive Moon Tarot. This is Jen. I'm here today with another Pick a Card love reading for you. I do have 3 decks for you to select from. You want to pick either deck A, deck B, or deck C. You do want to go where you're very first and most intuitively drawn. This isn't something you want to spend too much time on. It is helpful if you can close your eyes. Take a couple deep breaths, silence your mind, and just humbly ask of the universe to provide you with some guidance and insight into your current love situation. If the messages today are not resonating with you, please subscribe to the channel and join me. And anytime you see a new upload and you feel inspired to watch it, I would act on that inspiration. I don't believe our meetings happen by chance, so if you were drawn to me in one way or another, I feel I will have a message that is meant for you at some point in time. With all that being said, let's get started. So for those of you that are just joining me, we are starting here with deck A. With deck A, I have 2 tarot cards, 1 surrender card, and 1 love oracle card. You may find a helpful message or an inspiring message in one of the cards, but not the other ones. So just take whatever feels good to you and resonates with you and leave the rest for somebody else. These are very general. If you want a private reading, we can definitely set that up. In the meantime, let's just be gracious. I don't argue with the universe. I just take whatever message it gives to me and give it out and know that it will reach who it was meant to reach. So starting out, we have the Tower. Well, that was intense. That escalated quickly, right? So the Tower is a sudden change. It's upheaval, it's chaos, it's kind of a revelation or an awakening. Sometimes the Tower moment can be a moment where you feel like your foundation is just crumbling around you, where the universe has just come in and taken charge and you have lost control of the situation. This could be something that has happened to you in your past that you're still carrying with you or that you still have some wounds from. Or this could be something that is coming for you here in the near future, or something that's going on in your present circumstance. So just take it as it resonates for you. We have that combined with the Queen of Wands. I love the Queen of Wands. I think she is just incredible. And again, he, she doesn't make any difference. All men have masculine and feminine energy, and all women have masculine and feminine energy. So don't get hung up on whether it's a male or female on the card. Just go with me and take the message as it comes. But the Queen of Wands does represent exuberance, warmth, victory, and determination. So she is the most dominant feminine energy. And she's a fire sign, so you may be a fire sign, or you could be dealing with a fire sign, or you could just have fire in your chart. Please make sure to always watch your sun, moon, and rising readings when you're doing your tarot readings so that you have a clear indication of the bigger picture. She's somebody who is not afraid to demonstrate her power. She does not shy away from challenges. This is an energy that is just a strong leader, that is focused on their desires, that intends to get what they want. When I look at this energy, you just think of somebody that is just full of energy, usually has kind of a busy life, is strong, independent, and completely capable of taking care of themselves. And sometimes we are this energy, right? But we kind of lose sight of that. Inside of a soulmate connection or a love connection, we get so caught up in our connection with somebody else that we lose sight of the fact that we are this powerful person independently. We are our own powerful individual. So those are those 2 cards. Let's see what else we have here and see what I get. All right, so, and I want to tell you, this reminds me when I see this card, so surrender to divine timing. Sometimes divine timing may differ from your ego's timing. If a goal isn't manifesting fast enough, according to your ego, be patient and trust the universal flow. And you know what, when I look at her, we just talked about kind of being determined and intending to get what she wants, right? But I also see here, when I see this, I just see rigid. It's like taking a rigid stance. And I also have to tell you that on the flip side of the Queen of Wands, we all kind of have that. With all that fiery passion, sometimes comes a more stubborn, my way or the highway, a little bit in our ego, right? This can be somebody who's just so determined to get things done and have things the way that they think are best. And it's not that the intentions are bad. It's just somebody that can sometimes be rigid or stubborn or kind of fall back on their ego. And I'm kind of hearing the heart over ego type of thing. And I'm also hearing here or feeling, it's like pride will be the death of you. And when I just see these together, like, don't let your stubbornness and your pride be like a form of self-destruction. And these are numerous different messages. So take it as it resonates, leave what doesn't. Like I said, I'm getting a couple different storylines here because there's so much energy that goes into these public readings. But yep, and we have be willing to express love. When we express love, we begin to receive more love. So I'm getting a few different stories here. I'm seeing some people had a tower moment in the past. Things crashed down around them. It kind of forced them into this Queen of Wands energy where they had no choice but to be strong and powerful and rigid and determined to kind of survive and get through things. And because of that, they might be a little bit stubborn or rigid in their stance and not necessarily as loving or kind, even though the Queen of Wands is still a very loving and kind energy with good intentions. But sometimes when we've been put through hell, I mean, for lack of a better word, just upheaval, just, we have to survive, we have to click over into that fiery, passionate energy that is when we're in survival mode, to make sure we get through everything, to make sure we can overcome these battles and these mountains and come out on top. And sometimes when we get into that energy, we kind of lose sight of that loving tenderness, right? And that could be playing a part in divine timing. And divine timing could be coming in and crashing down your current situation or your current relationship, or it could have come in and knocked out a relationship in the past for you, or it could be coming in now and just kind of shaking things up for you. But if this is happening to you now or in the near future, or has recently happened to you, if you're going through a tower moment, this is a clear message from the universe that you are 100% capable. If anybody can handle a tower moment, is the Queen of Wands. You're not going to die from this. This is something that is going to have you're going to overcome all these challenges and come out more fierce and strong and determined than ever. And then we need to balance that with being able to express love and to be kind and gentle and delicate, because every strong woman has the ability to cry and rule, right? We can do both. And surrender to divine timing. So don't be in your ego. Don't be trying to force things. The universe is going to come in and do its thing, whether you're ready or not. And that's just part of the divine plan in your life and in your soul connections with other people. And when the timing is right, everything is going to work out for you. So this is what I'm getting. Think about that. Meditate on that. Let me know. And also, you might want to give this a couple of weeks to see if this isn't resonating right now, because sometimes these are a little bit predictive. So let me know. Let me know in the comments. Follow up with me. Tell me if this is resonating with you or what this means for you. I hope that was helpful to some of you out there, and that I will see you back here again. Thanks for joining me and sharing your energy with me. If you need clarity, you can book a private reading at any time, and the information will be in the description box. Love and light. Moving on to deck B. If you are just now joining me, I do have 2 tarot cards, 1 love oracle, and 1 surrender card. You may find a message that is helpful to you in one of these cards and not the other ones. You may find a message in the combined intuitive messages that I get or the storyline that I get. So, these are general readings. I don't make demands on the universe. I just graciously take what they give me and share it with all of you. And I know that the right person who needs to hear it is going to receive it. If that isn't you, then I apologize, but stay with me. Subscribe to my YouTube channel so that when you feel inspired by an upload, a video that you see, you can follow that inspiration and find a message that may be better suited for you. These meetings don't usually happen by chance, so if we're together here now, there's probably a reason you were drawn to me, so stick with me. All that being said, thank you for your patience. we have the surrender card. Surrender to effortlessness. Stop pushing so hard. The art of living means going with the flow instead of trying to force the river. Okay. We have the Love Oracle card. Be in the present and dream of the future. When we dream, everything is possible. So this, to me, so far, what I'm seeing, I feel like this is trying to remind you that you create your own reality, and you can manifest whatever it is that you desire. So whatever it is that you're seeking in your love connection, this is within your control, but the way that you're going about trying to make things happen for you, whether you're trying to attract love into your life or you're trying to fight through a current connection with somebody that you're with or with an ex or whatever this is, whatever kind of soulmate connection that's on your mind and your heart right now, I feel like the way that you're going about pursuing this, it is wrong. I feel like you kind of feel the sense of urgency and the stress, but this is reminding you that everything comes, this last reading was about divine timing, and it kind of flows over and gives me some advice for this reading. And what I'm seeing here is, things come within divine timing. It's really important to be present in our current circumstances and to appreciate where we're at and to allow things to happen naturally and to allow things to come. Love should not be that hard. There shouldn't be a constant forcefulness. So that's what I'm getting so far. Let's keep going. We have the Judgment card. Okay, so the Judgment card is like a rebirth, an absolution. This talks a lot about like an inner calling. So it's like this card is calling you to rise up and embrace a higher level of consciousness. And this is intended for like the service of your highest good. This is kind of like going through a spiritual awakening. It's realizing that you are destined for so much more. This is like let go of your old self and step into the newest version of who you really are. This can talk about life-changing decisions needing to be made. And this is a reminder, if there is some kind of a life-changing decision for you that's pending on your mind and your heart, and like this is coming, you can't avoid it. This is the advice here if you're in that situation, and this of course won't resonate with everybody, so just stay with me and take what's working for you and leave what isn't. But this is talking about if you're faced with having to make a decision, to tune into your higher self and to trust in your judgment. We have that paired with the Page of Pentacles. So whenever we think of pages, we kind of think of a younger energy. You could be dealing with somebody who's an earth sign. You could be dealing with somebody it doesn't have to be, you could have earth in your chart as well. I always recommend that you educate yourself on your sun, your moon, and your rising signs whenever you're looking into readings and all of that. So Page of Pentacles, I always see that as a younger energy. And if it's not, there may be an age difference between you and your partner, you and your soulmate, or the person that's going to enter into your life. Doesn't have to be. It could also just be like a level of immaturity. And when I see that with the judgment, it's like you're going through this inner calling, this transformation, this understanding, like looking at the bigger picture, and you see, like, it's like just realizing like there's a whole big world out there. Like the potential here is endless. I don't need to force these encounters. Like there is something so much bigger meant for me. I am meant for something so much bigger, right? It's kind of coming to this awareness that you have the ability to create your own reality and manifest whatever it is you want. And I think you're kind of changing or reconsidering or questioning what it is you truly want. Like the Page of Pentacles is, like, again, it could be not a younger energy, but maybe someone who's more emotionally immature. Or it could be that you are going through a transformation from a page, going through the judgment, and becoming your higher self, right? It talks about manifestation. It can talk about financial opportunities or a new job. So that could be a decision that you have to make. it talks about dreams and desires. So new projects, hobbies, could be business ventures, could be educational, could be in love. This is a love reading, so I'm going to kind of stick with that. And with that, we also talk about enthusiasm and a desire focused around a goal or a dream. So you may be really enthusiastic, you may have a lot of ideas or desires or something that you want for your particular love life. And this is reminding you that is a beautiful energy to have and to be inspired and to be excited and to want, bigger and better things for yourself. But make sure that you're not getting carried away and ahead of yourself, and that you're putting in place solid plans and that you're being present. So it's perfectly okay to dream of the future. This talks about dreams, all of this, so I feel like these are the same energy, really. And you just see, it's just like realizing like there's so much out there. I think you're just really trying to figure out what's going to be best for your greatest good. And this is just a reminder to step into who you leave your old self behind, step into your full power, embrace yourself. This is beautiful. And don't push and fight for things to work. If you're struggling in your love connection, whether you're going out on dates with new people and it's just not really fitting and it's just not there, it doesn't feel natural, but you really want your future now and you're really excited and you have this ambitious energy and you want to move forward and you know what you want and you're ready for it, but it's just not happening naturally. And so you're kind of trying to force things to fit that really aren't for you and aren't going to be everything. Don't do that anymore. Just let it come. Don't push. Just go with the flow. Be in the present. Be happy with where you are, who you are. Step into your full self. Love yourself. Dream about what you want in the future. Write down what you want. If you're in a current situation and it's not doing well, it's still kind of a similar message. Stop pushing things to work. Sometimes people just need some time. Some people are going through things that we don't quite understand. Some people are going through their own judgment, where they're going through a spiritual awakening. And sometimes that's a journey people have to take alone. They have to isolate themselves up here and reground themselves, right? And find their inspiration and decide what it is that they want and what's best for their future. So if you're dealing with someone and the connection is struggling, if you're trying to meet somebody new, or if you're trying to force things to work out after they've kind of fallen apart, surrender to effortlessness. Sincerely. Don't push. Go with the flow. Don't try to force the river. Work on yourself. Accept that this is a beautiful time for you, where you are reaching. You're coming, and sometimes when we are elevating ourselves up to a higher vibrational level where we are, we're evolving and we're coming up here, if the person that we were dealing with or the people that we're interested in or whatever it is that isn't kind of working out or that we're feeling forceful about is down here, we're not going to connect. We're not vibrating. We're going to ships in the night, right? You want somebody who's on your level and vice versa. So be what you want to attract. Work on yourself, step into your new, whatever this is for you, I think stop pushing things, whatever situation you're in. If you want more in-depth information and something that is meant specifically for you, or if you have questions or want to go deeper into this, please contact me for a private reading. Those are always available. The information's in the description box. I do hope you found something helpful there. I know the messages are scattered, because these are general readings and I get a lot of messages for a lot of people. I hope to see you back here again soon, and I really appreciate you sharing your time and energy with me. Love and light to you. Okay, moving on to deck C. For those of you that chose deck C, and are just joining me, I do have 2 tarot cards, 1 love oracle and 1 surrender card here. You may get a message from one of the cards that's really helpful or really resonates with you and feels good in your soul, and other messages might not make any sense for you at all. So again, this is general, so just take what feels good to you, take whatever advice you can or whatever you can get out of this. Graciously accept that from the universe, be humble and appreciative, and leave what doesn't fit for somebody else. I don't argue with the universe. I'm very appreciative of my gift, so I can't control what messages are given to me or who they're meant for. If this is not resonating with you, or if it is, either way, I do suggest that you subscribe, because I don't believe that people are drawn to other people by chance. I do believe if you're here with me now, this is probably fated, and there is probably going to be a message or something that I have to offer you at some point in time. The best way to stay in touch is to subscribe to my YouTube, and then as messages come through or uploads come in, you can go where you're most inspired and just follow that inspiration. Sorry about the long introduction. Let's get started. First, right off the bat, we have love who you are. You are a divine and wondrous person, deserving of all the wonderful things that life has to offer. Somebody here might be dealing with a little bit of self-esteem issues, maybe a little bit of regret, or feeling disappointed in the way things have turned out in the past, maybe, or feeling to blame for that, or let's keep going before we get too into that. But first of all, there's your first message. Love who you are. Pretty clear. We have the tarot card, the Nine of Cups. So the Nine of Cups, a lot of tarot readers talk about this as the wish fulfillment card. It does talk about wish fulfillment. It talks about comfort. It talks about happiness, satisfaction. It can talk about, a cycle coming to completion. 10 is completion, right? So we're right there. It can talk about and remind us that that past experiences and coping methods become important here. So, and it also talks about daydreaming and balancing this with action. So again, when I think about that here, the past experiences and the coping methods become important with love who you are. I see that there is some kind of a past experience that, and the way that you've coped with that is being brought to light here. That's something for you to kind of look into and consider. If this is meant for you, I think you know what I'm talking about. If not, then just disregard that and we'll keep going. But this is a reminder to kind of live in the moment, to make a mental list of things that you are the very most grateful for. And when I see daydreaming and balance this with action, let's see what other, okay. So 5 of Cups. I don't know if you can see the imagery there. And when I talk about he, she, don't pay any attention to that. We all have masculine and feminine energy, men and women alike. So it's just an energy. It's not actually, the sex of the card doesn't make any difference. But when we talk about the 5 of Cups, that talks about regret. It talks about failure, disappointment, pessimism. It's kind of talking about a situation that didn't really turn out the way that you expected. That made you really sad, regretful, disappointed. And it can kind of be a sign that instead of moving forward and taking the lessons and the growth and the things positive that could have come from that connection, you're more like wallowing in self-pity. This is kind of a card that talks about being stuck in the past. You see that there's cups that are spilled over, something didn't work out, something caused a lot of pain and regret and hurt for this energy, for her. And you see these other 2 cups are being offered, but it's like she's not even interested. It's like this was it for her, right? So maybe you are so stuck in the past, even if you're in a current relationship, maybe something that happened in the past caused you to have some self-esteem or self-love issues. Maybe you're reflecting or projecting that out onto your current partner. Maybe you're using that to kind of stifle your growth and your ability to move forward. Maybe you're really dwelling on a past situation and you're focusing so much on that situation that you're not forgiving yourself, you're not forgiving the other person, you're not letting go of the past hurts. Even if you think you have, maybe deep down inside, when we have really deep wounds, like festering wounds, deep-rooted wounds, those don't heal easily. Those can't be covered up by getting into a new relationship or just going out with our friends or taking on a new project or whatever it is that we do to cope. There's an element of time and of really acknowledging and feeling that pain and accepting it and letting it go. And sometimes if we don't take the proper measures to grieve and cope and move forward with our lives, we kind of get stuck in this energy. And I know it sounds like wallowing in self-pity, like nobody's mocking you here. The universe isn't mocking you. It's really saying, hey, take a look at your situation. This could be a past situation. This could also be the person that you're dealing with. The person that you're dealing with could be in that energy. This is so general, it's hard to say. We have that with surrender procrastination. Now is the time to jump on a goal instead of putting it off. Taking action will attract success. So, this is about daydreaming. This is about being in such a state of daydreaming but not really putting the action in. And then right here it's telling you to stop procrastinating. So maybe you're spending a lot of time daydreaming about would have, should have, could have. Maybe you're spending a lot of time daydreaming about repairing your current relationship that you're in, or bringing back a past relationship, or you're daydreaming. What I see here is you're probably daydreaming about the past, or you're probably stuck in the hurt or the anguish or the disappointment in a past situation, and maybe you're daydreaming about new love or about reconciling with that situation, but you're not really putting the action or the effort in. You're spending most of your time just kind of in fantasy la la land. I do that, so no judgment here. I think that's actually a lot more fun and easier than a real relationship, right? No, I'm just kidding. Don't listen to me. I'm totally joking. But this is, just a reminder to love who you are, to forgive yourself, to forgive people or situations that have hurt you in the past, or anything that's caused you grief. This doesn't even have to be a relationship. This could just be a deep wound from a childhood trauma. This could be from anything. But I see that you are too much focusing in on the past, maybe daydreaming, reminiscing about the way things were in the past. Even if you're in a current marriage or situation, maybe you're kind of reminiscing and daydreaming on the way things were when you initially connected, and maybe life has just kind of gotten in the way and made things difficult. Maybe you've been dealing with your own personal issues, and it's causing an effect, and things have changed. But whatever you're getting out of this, I just see surrender to procrastination, love who you are, and make sure that we're not spending so much time daydreaming, that we're not putting those things into action, because you really can manifest things into your own reality. But right now I see that you need to love yourself, you need to forgive yourself, you need to let go of past hurts and situations. Sometimes I recommend writing a letter. I'm serious, like a long letter. Don't ever give it to the person. But if there is somebody, I don't care if it was your dad or your mom or your ex or whatever it is that is stifling your growth in some way or another, and we all have something, write a letter to that person and be very candid. I mean, this is for you. Say everything you want to say. I am disappointed because I am hurt because I thought things were going to be this, or whatever you need to say, because sometimes we're not really feeling heard, right? And sometimes that can hold us in the past. So I'm just getting a message here and a feeling to just tell you to write a letter, put everything you want to say, even if this is to your current partner. It's just kind of like letting go of resentments or whatever. Just write a letter of everything that you wanted to say, and then light a candle, burn the letter with the intention of, once that burns out, and of course do this in a safe environment with water present. Don't burn down your house. But really, I've done this where I've just kind of made a bubble bath for myself. I've lit some candles, and I've taken a letter with everything I ever wanted to say and everything that I needed to get out of me, just to release that pain, to release that emotion, to put it out somewhere. And you just roll it up, you light a candle, and you just say, with this candle, I have the intention of releasing this hurt, of releasing this anger, of finding forgiveness in my heart, forgiving myself, forgiving the other person, of having happy and hopeful new beginnings, and sending this out into the universe and allowing karma and things to work as they're supposed to. I'm asking for forgiveness. I'm asking for, a renewal of hope and love and inspiration, whatever it is that you need. Of course, it's going to be based on your specific needs, but however you feel, I've done that, and then I've just released it. After that, you make the commitment that once that candle burns out or once that paper burns, you just slip into your bubble bath and just tell yourself that's it. Not another day will I live in this hurt or this pain or this anger or this frustration or this disappointment or whatever it is for you. So I hope that was helpful to somebody. I know these don't resonate with every person watching. So if you need something that's specific to you, please reach out to me for a private reading. Otherwise, I appreciate you joining me here. I'm so happy to, to share energy with you guys and share my gift with you. Let me know how you're feeling. Love and light.